Welcome to a Magic the Gathering video. My name is November Lima, and we are playing an archetype that a lot of people seem to enjoy, and it's probably one of my favorites to play, and that is Jund Walkers. Before the set came out, I made a Jund Walkers list that was for standard, and it got a lot of views and downloads on Aether Hub. But now I am adapting it to the 2022 format, which is a format arena released to be able to play best of one as if the rotation already happened, which is a great thing to do. So this is my Jund 22 Walkers list. Going through it, basically what it is, it's a Planeswalkers list with some support for Planeswalkers. So a cool list here, and that makes me want to go Jund to include green, is Vorinclex Monstrous Raider. Obviously, 6 mana, 6/6 with Trample and Haste is already really cool. But what makes this even better is that all counters are doubled on it. So the synergies we have with that with Planeswalkers is great. So if we already have a Vorinclex on the board, obviously Professor Onyx would come on the board with 10 loyalty counters, which means you can ultimate it right away. Does it happen often? No, it does not, but when it does, it's really cool. Lolth is the fantastic new addition that, in all honesty, probably should have been in my top 3 when I did the video about top 10 cards in Standard. I underrated this card, having played with it. It's probably my favorite Planeswalker since War of the Spark. It's just really, really powerful, really good, and a fun card to play with. For Goldspan Dragon, because it's just the best card in red that allows you to ramp up and makes it so much easier to cast some of these guys. Ebondeath Dracolich is to put some additional pressure on my opponent, makes them have to deal with it and potentially waste some removal, because it can also keep coming back when other creatures die, and it comes in with flash. Zariel, Archduke of Avernus. This is another Planeswalker that is really cool. It's a little bit more niche. We'll not see a ton of play, but I want to try it out. Being able to give some of my creatures haste when my Planeswalkers generate them is pretty cool. But also just putting some 1/1 Red Devils on the board as blockers that when they die deal damage is also quite cool. Landing the Old Gods 2 of. Why only 2 if it's probably one of the best cards that existed in Standard before rotation? Mainly because we don't have the Triumphs to pull with number 2. What made it especially great was also being able to ramp off of it. So that's also why my lands I put a little bit more forest in, but in general, still great card, still 2 of. Shatterskull Smashing, flex land removal. Sarulf Realm Eater is a really cool card. I've seen it being played a lot more. It can be really powerful against creature decks. And especially with Vorinclex on the board, the counters double, so it goes up pretty quickly. Crush the Weak for those aggro spells, really nice. 4 Soul Shatters, mainly for Izzet Dragons. Pelakka Predation, also more for the control decks, otherwise it'll just be a tapped lands, which we don't like tapped lands, but everybody runs them right now, so we're not at too much of a disadvantage. 2 Flunks, which is actually a removal spell I'm starting to like more and more, because quite often people will not have a lot of cards in hand. Even the control decks foretell a lot of their stuff, which does not mean as cards being in their hand. So Flunk gets a lot better, a lot faster. Power Word Kill, also great removal. It's just not bad against certain matchups. Valki, God of Lies. As a creature, it can really disrupt your opponent's aggro game plan, but as a Planeswalker, it can do a lot of damage. That's why it's in here. And Wight is probably one of my favorite black cards that came out from a creature standpoint. This makes for really awkward interactions for your opponent. It's a bummer that it comes in, excuse me, I'm going to turn that down. It's a bummer that it comes in tapped, but it makes up for that being a 3/2 for 2. And then if your opponent trades with it or has a creature die to it, you create a tap 2/2 zombie and their card gets exiled. That makes for super awkward interactions for your opponent, and they really have to think their combat through. Lands-wise, pretty straightforward. We got the basics, 2/3/2, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Awesome to put some additional pressure on the opponent and empty their graveyard if needed. Obviously, all the pathways in a 3-color deck, and then 2 Woodland Chasms. The reason I won't run these is because of Binding the Old Gods. Being able to fetch lands always feels good. So that is the deck. Let's just go ahead and take it to the standard ranked queue and have some fun with it. Alright, we're going against Miles F. Or Mile SF. I don't know how you spell it. Okay, I got all 3 colors. I got removal, I got a creature, I got a planeswalker. So let's go. I'm going to play this first, this second, white, and then this as a red. And then we're ready to roll. So we'll see what Mile SF. Is it Miles F or Miles F? I'm going to say it's Miles F. We're going to see what Miles F plays. Miles, I like that too. Because that's kind of the thing. Like, I am so glad companions are gone. I think Urion and Lurus made for such a oppressive majority. They were okay to play against, but it was too much. It didn't make it fun. But the nice thing about it was you kind of knew what you were playing against. You don't have that anymore. Okay, is it Dragons, which is like 90% of my matchups now. Which makes Crush the Weak really bad. But that's okay. We do have Soul Shatter in hand, which is really nice. Probably going to try and kill that now. Because Izzet Dragons does not like to have fun. They just like to take out your stuff, take extra turns, and beat you with dragons. Which sounds a lot cooler than it is. See if we can attack here. Interesting. Okay. Probably going to be Prismari command there. But we do have the Dracolich on their turn, which is pretty cool. Could have put the red out for Zariel, but it's not going to do any good. I'm going to much rather see what they do and either respond with a Soul Shatter or an Ebondeath. Yep, there's the Prismari command. They're so predictable. So predictable. Okay, Goldspan Dragon. Yes. Resolve. Die. Oh, we can do that too. This is how you play a Goldspan Dragon. This is how you attack with a Goldspan Dragon. How does that feel? Huh? Okay, I respect them more now. I like that. Good for you, opponent. Good for you. We have Buku mana now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can go ahead and try this. They're going to counter it, but they're going to counter plenty of stuff. Rather than counter one of my weaker planeswalkers. Oh, results. Cool. Go ahead and put a devil on the board. And say go. That's fine. You do you. This means I will get to resolve my Ebondeath. Because if they kill Goldspan Dragon, it's going to be on their turn. And I will still have access to lands. Okay, so we got 2 cool lands now. I'm going to use this to take out this at some point. Probably not now, because then they will die. Well, never mind, they won't, but they don't know I have this in hand. If I have another Goldspan Dragon in hand, they cannot take that risk. It has Summoning Sickness. That's a bad misplay. Awkward. Very awkward. It'll probably Shame Conceit now. I've done the same thing, don't get me wrong. I get it. It sucks. Okay. Oh, because it's a dragon. Ha! That is smart. Okay, I take it back. Good job, opponent. I'm going to respond with this, though. Good, that was cool. They're still going to die, but that was cool. Okay. So now I can go ahead. I kind of want to use Zariel to win the game here. So we'll use Sarulf instead of the land. We'll plus this and swing for lethal. Woohoo! That was fun. Alright, game number 2. We're going up against Troucher. All 3 colors opening hand. We have plays. Not complaining. Wonder if I should just play this out. I don't think I have to because I got 3 lands in hand. That seems pretty decent. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. 2 Sarulfs is a little bit overkill, but that's okay. Go ahead and foretell this right now, because we're not going to do anything else with it. Okay, there's the Innkeeper. So this could very well be some kind of treasure deck. I'm not going to go ahead and do this yet, because I'd rather want to get some advantage from Sarulf first. Because if they have like a big board state, being able to then take them out with Crush the Weak is pretty sweet. If they take this out and play more creatures, then I can play Sarulf, play a land, and then Crush the Weak, which will have the same effect. So right now I'm in pretty good shape. Bigger creature would be a problem. Okay. That's unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Definitely not enough to Crush the Weak just yet. Do I play Wight? I think I still play Sarulf. And we're going to pass the turn. Now, unfortunately, I held priority on that one without realizing it, so they probably know what I have in my foretell area. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't go in the graveyard, though, so that's kind of a bummer. They don't have the lands for Necrotic Fumes just yet. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this. Could take it out of their hand, but it doesn't seem necessary. Let's go ahead and do this now so they don't have anything to sacrifice. Oh, they went into exile. That's unfortunate. It helps to read the cards. So I probably need to get Cinderclasm instead of Crush the Weak. I didn't even realize that. I've never played with this card. Oh well. Okay, you're going to have to play a creature to do this. Okay, so they're probably going to take out a token to take out Sarulf, I would imagine. No, they do not. Okay, take action. Yes, please. Let's take out the tokens. That was a mistake. I can play this for green. No point in bringing out Vorinclex just yet, so let's go ahead and bring out the Goldspan Dragon. Swing for 10. Feels good. Get some treasure tokens on the board in case I draw a Planeswalker. Okay. Another Chariot. More creatures. They can actually play this. It will probably take out the Sarulf now because they saw what happened last time when they didn't. Which means I still get to swing with Goldspan Dragon at least. And since that is tapped now, I will be able to get through it for Vorinclex and finish the game. Most likely. 4 and 6, 4 and 4, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the game. Unless they take out Goldspan Dragon. Which would be a mistake. There's really no way they're going to win this. Because this has Trample. Let's go ahead and play Vorinclex and finish the game. So I built a Planeswalkers deck, and I end up having like a Jund Go Big aggro deck, but what else? It's all good. It's all good. Going up against Aveda. I think that's how you pronounce it. 2 lands. I go first. Do have 2 removal spells. Essentially going into Soul Shatter. This seems greedy. Especially on the play, on the play I don't like this. I'm going to mulligan. That's a better hand. We're going to go ahead and keep this and put a Sarulf back. Now I have all 3 colors, Sarulf, Soul Shatter, Goldspan Dragon. Keep. Let's go ahead and play black first. They already see the Ebondeath sleeve, so they should know that I'm in black. Which granted they have Witherbloom. And there's that, so they probably play Sultai Snow. Which is definitely a thing. In that case, I am going to go on Valki and see what they got going on. Check for traps, probably what's going to get played. Wow, that's a hand. This is going to be... This is the hand of people that do not like other people to have fun. Which is a thing. I mean, that's magic for you. Check for traps. Hunt for specimens. Interesting. Alright, there's the little pest. And they're looking for more lands. Yeah, I would imagine. That makes sense. I need a green, so let's go and do that. And swinging into this is just kind of silly, so we're not going to do it. I'm going to put Sarulf on the board and say go. Okay, curious what they're going to do now. I do not see this resolving. I would imagine that that's either going to get this or this beforehand. They are going to want to play this, I would imagine, right now, which is still fine because I don't really have a good turn 4 play right now. They do have Facade coming open, but I would imagine they're going to do something. They have options. Okay, they're going to learn some more. More pests on the board. Want a Necrotic Fumes, probably to Sarulf. It's pretty common. Okay. That's another Goldspan Dragon, which increases the chances of that resolving. Go ahead and swing with the Sarulf, which they can chump with one of them. Gain some life. Pushing his will they. Okay. So now I can play Soul Shatter to make sure that they cannot play the Necrotic Fumes. They have 1 mana open. That's not enough to do anything with. There we go. It's interesting that it counts as a permanent that goes in the graveyard, because it doesn't. Is that a glitch? Judge! Judge, should this get counters from pests dying? I don't think so. I do not think so. I'm not complaining because it's in my advantage, but I don't think it should. Okay, top deck to land. Top deck to land. 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 Say it with me. Land. 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 Yes. Okay, let's get the double green for Vorinclex. Put Goldspan on the board. Swing. Boop boop. Now they're probably going to do this and this, I would imagine. Obviously, I don't know what these are, but they're at 4. They don't want to foretell this just yet, I would imagine. It's too early for that. Either you do this really early in the game, or you just end up doing it late if you can, or play it for 7. That's unfortunate. I got another one. It's all good. It's all good. There it is. I'll be able to swing for 6 again, but we are going to get in a bit of a worse spot. We're getting close to that Alrund's Epiphany that I loathe so much. Okay. We have a ton of mana now and nothing to do with it. So we're definitely running out of steam here until I draw something good. I would love to draw Lolth or Professor Onyx. Okay, that was the... So next turn, if they have a land, they are going to go ahead and take extra turns. Which is so exciting. Come on, little red dragon, don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. I'd love another black source too, but not right now. I do not need lands right now. Oh yeah, I don't need a black source. I got 3 treasures worth 6 mana right now. What are you gonna do, Veda? Veda, Veda, Veda. What are you doing? So if they Alrund's Epiphany, they're going to be able to sacrifice a bird token to exile my Goldspan Dragon, which would really be unfortunate. I think Veda is trying to figure out the best route here. If you have removal, that's what you want to do. If you have something that can get you a land, that's what you want to do. Other than that, you don't really have good plays. Check for traps is also not bad, because you can see if I have something good in hand. Probably not, but I would probably have played it out. They're not doing anything, so they have a sod coming. Go ahead and attack again. Some kind of removal, maybe? Holding priority for something. They can do something. We know this. Wonder if it's removal? I mean, they run Dimir. They have to have Soul Shatters in their deck. If you don't run Soul Shatters in the 2022 meta and you play black, I do not think you're doing it right. I don't think you need a full playset in every match. But I would definitely run 2 or 3 at least. I don't think I would go under 3 in the 2022 ranked. If you play black, you want to run 3 at least. This card is just too much of a threat. Gator, let me make the treasure token so they do not have removal. Gonna hold the Binding the Old Gods and the Power Word Kill until I have something better. So much treasures, my goodness. So at least if I draw Lolth or Professor Onyx, I'll be able to play whatever I pull with them. Because I got mana for days. Okay, so they need to do something here, otherwise they are dead. I mean, you can say my opponent got unlucky with lands, but granted, we have the same amount of lands. They had to search for it once, but all in all, we are equal playing ground from that standpoint. Glad I played Valki when I did. Valki often leads to feels bads for me because it dies so easily, but I think in after rotation it's going to be so much better. Okay, they do have something, and they get to scry. So what does this do? I want to see this card. There we go. Sword Dark Creature, if this spell was foretold, scry 2. So is this scry 2 on the stack? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay. That's unfortunate I will not have lethal. They do get scry for lands, which is a problem. Two to the bottom. Something I did not want to see. I think I should play out Binding the Old God so that I can at least grab the dual land and thin out my deck. Right now it doesn't look like I'm going to have any action anyway to destroy anything with it. So let's just go ahead and keep ramping, I guess. Potentially get some Death Touch creatures in a couple turns. So now they foretold the Alrund's Epiphany. I thought they already had, but I guess when they foretold it, all the spells that were foretell were turned over because of Poison the Cup. Because honestly, I cannot know if they would have foretold that or something else. It buys me another turn, which is okay. Not what I wanted to see. Getting a little unlucky here. Go ahead and play this. I mean, they're up to 2 lands. They do not have life gain, so... Okay, they saw it coming. So whatever I would have drawn, I wouldn't have resolved anyway. Okay, that's a problem. Professor Onyx is not cool either. Really should have held on to this one for that, but... Yep, that's fine. So now... Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, can I cast this? I don't think I can, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and look and see what we have. Goldspan Dragon, can we cast it? Yes, we can. Woohoo! Goldspan Dragon for the win. I see your Professor Onyx, and I raise with the Goldspan Dragon. What? So yeah, this deck actually far exceeded my expectations. It dispatched the first 2 decks pretty easily. The third one, I kind of got lucky that I didn't get the pop-up Alrund's Epiphany, but still, I didn't get lucky with my draws either. So, granted, I feel like we were kind of at an equal playing field there. Once they put their Professor Onyx on the board, I got mine finally, and I was able to follow up for the kill. So, all in all, it was a cool game. I love this deck. This deck is cool. This is probably my favorite deck so far. It's very aggressive. I would like to see my Planeswalkers more. But all in all, I'm not unhappy with this deck at all. I would definitely recommend taking this for a spin. So, don't forget to like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have some deck ideas or have played a deck that is not played a lot and is very cool. Because I like to play stuff that doesn't get played very much. So, thanks so much for watching, and enjoy your magic.